Hey, this is John from Yellow Brick Card Club.
And this is Pierce from Pierce Breaks.
You can find us on Instagram at Yellow Brick Card Club. Get all of our links there. Come and join the Discord. Check out some breaks and chat and hang out.
You can also find me at Pierce Breaks on Instagram, on my YouTube channel, Pierce Breaks, or on Reddit at reddit.com/r/Pierce Breaks.
Hey, what's up? It's John, aka Waxmoronic.
And Kingdome 11 here.
And Pierce.
And this is the Yellow Brick Card Club podcast. Just here to chat about baseball and cards in general and breaking and what we've been up to. So, how's it going, guys?
Not too bad.
Going great. I'm in a sea of update right now.
I was going to say
shipments about to go out, already went out in various stages of update, and it's been awesome.
I was going to say we're basking in the update glow right now.
So much glow. It's all over.
It is.
Speaking of glow, I've been looking for a lot of golds, but we'll talk a lot about that later.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm really excited about the World Series coming up, and everybody's talking about it, so we don't have to belabor it. But I'd love to hear what you guys think about it as baseball fans. I'm super excited, even though rivalries or hated teams or whatever. It really is like the two best teams made it, and the two best players are playing, and I think that does a good service to everyone watching baseball. And I'm really excited to see what happens. There could be a potential for some huge moments. You get obviously Judge, Soto, Ohtani, all those guys could just have like career-defining moments. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. It's also the first time since 2012 that two presumable MVPs, but the two MVPs meet in the World Series. The last time it was 2012 World Series where Cabrera and Posey were MVPs. And the Giants swept them out of there. And interestingly enough, the time before that was 1988, where Kirk Gibson and Jose Canseco were in the World Series. That was the series where Kirk Gibson had a hurt knee, and he hit that walk-off home run with that iconic fist pump. So I thought that was a really cool moment. So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I'm hoping something like that will happen, so I'm really excited to watch.
Absolutely. That's Freddie Freeman this year, I think, right? That guy can barely stand up.
Yeah. That's right, jersey too.
Yeah.
He fits the mold. Yeah. I mean, it's funny, thinking about it. It's like, how did we think that it could have been anything else other than Dodgers Yankees in the World Series this year? Like, obviously, as a fan of my teams first, it's like the last teams that you want to see in the World Series. But as a fan of baseball, it is like the most marquee matchup that you can have in 2024. So it'll be really cool to see, like you said, just two MVPs slugging it out and going head to head, and should be some fun moments that we are yet to see.
I feel like for the overall health of baseball, yes. Yankees and Dodgers in the World Series, forget the number. They played each other a lot, obviously 15, 20 times in history. The last one, 1981, which is kind of crazy. And I'm going to throw some shade on the Yankees because I'm going to disagree with what you said, Wax. They're in the World Series. They're a good team. They have two of the best players in baseball. I'm not convinced on paper that they're the best team in the American League.
Well, you could be right, and I haven't done most of the research, but I do know a lot of it is about who's hot right now and the matchups in any tournament, right? So, but really the guys I wanted to see play, like we can all talk about the teams we don't like and why, and I think all three of us have those right now. But, like I said, that I want to see those guys play, and especially with guys like Judge, where like he's maybe starting to figure it out. In those last games, he was hitting a little bit better, but he's not played well in the playoffs. So, and Juan Soto hit that just incredible home run to send them to the World Series with this prolonged at bat with foul balls and then just took one out of the park. Just an amazing moment. So I'm kind of caught up in it. I'm ready. I'm ready to watch.
Definitely.
Yep. I want to see Ohtani come out of the bullpen and face Judge and Soto.
That would be sick.
Game 7.
Close out Game
I
7.
want it all.
Oh, man. Well, we will see. Speaking of update, that's what's going on right now, right? We're all involved with update. I'm unfortunately on the road, or I'd be breaking update too. But you guys have been, like you say, you've been swimming in it. So tell us about it. Tell us what's been going on, what you've been getting, what you've been seeing.
I guess I'll start Kingdome here. We're four update breaks in, so that's, I don't know, pushing a case of jumbos at this point and a couple of hobbies in there too. We've seen some awesome cards pretty consistently, and I think I said it on one of my streams, but like I always like to see it spread around a little bit, so one team doesn't win, air quotes, and everybody else is kind of like meh. It's been fairly spread out, but some notable exceptions as far as the really big cards that have popped. We've seen yesterday, 2 days ago, we saw a Jackson Holiday 89 insert gold to 50 auto.
Damn.
And a Jackson Churio Independence Day.
The same box break. Too, right?
No, 2 different jumbos. It was a 2 jumbo break. I think one came out of each one. And then on release day, we saw a Yamamoto to 25 Mojo and a Seager to 5 Auto Mojo. And there was others too, for sure, other good stuff. But it just feels really good when it's like consistent. We had a single box 2 days ago we ran, and that one wasn't as good. The Rangers did really well in that break. But overall, man, and the Mojos, I think for some reason make me happier just because I'm used to those. I've just had a terrible run with those, to the point where if I was opening a personal, I'd flip the Mojo packs because there was nothing in there, and I probably flipped the wrong ones and somebody pulled some super or something. But I think every break we've had colored Mojo pop out and autos, bonus autos. We did have a missing hit in one of ours, but 2 of our boxes have had bonus autos. 3 of them actually, I think. So just consistently good. Quality on the cards looks fantastic. It's just, and the checklist we already knew was going to be good, obviously, but the only thing I'm kind of feel like we're missing is a bigger Skeens card. We haven't seen a whole lot there, but man, yeah, it's been fun, and we've got one close-ish to filling, so we'll have another one running here in the next, I don't know, 3-4 days. So yeah, Pierce, I think you've opened more than I have, and I feel like I've opened a lot, but your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it always seems like a good idea leading up to it, and then when I spend the entire weekend sorting, I'm like, why do I keep doing this to myself? But yeah, we did. I realized the name for it way too late, especially with it being October, because I got a case of hobbies and a case of jumbos, and I split each case and did half each break. So it was a full case, but it was half hobbies and half jumbos. Realized I should have called it a Frankenstein case break from the beginning, but we got there eventually, and yeah, it was good. I mean, it also ties into my conspiracy theory that Topps loads up the pre-order boxes with hits, because every time we get packs and boxes early, they're just completely loaded. Our first break, we had like 18 hits out of a 15 guaranteed. Wow. And the second break was 5, 9, 10, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Something crazy as well. And that the second one, we had a lot of Mojo. That one, we had 2 red 5 autos. Wow. In the same break. Yeah. So that was nuts. And one was George Kirby, the last card of the break. So
what a way to go out.
Very exciting. Yeah.
That's
but
right.
in general, we didn't get like any huge names. Like we got some solid relics. We got like Imanaga, Yamamoto, Ellie, Holiday, but we didn't get any Skeens. We got got a Churio heavy lumber. Um, that was the first time I ever pulled any heavy lumbers, so that was really cool.
Nice.
But yeah, it was like very good, and obviously the bonus autos are super nice, but we didn't get anything that was like huge,
Mm.
if that makes sense. Like even, the red mojos are numbered to 5, but George Kirby and Brandon Nimmo aren't like breaking
Sure.
150, 200 for that. I don't really know their markets super well,
Yeah.
but it was a lot of fun for sure.
Okay, so the insert game,
Yeah, definitely.
which I don't know, maybe people think I talk too much about inserts but
Someone has to.
I roasted Let 'em Cook, pun intended, and I stand by it. Can't stand them. I love the Autumn Tales, which I also stand by. I haven't seen a parallel. I've just seen all the base, but they look good, and we finally got a junior in the last break, which was fun to see. Um, but what I think I dig more than I expected is the all class, which to me was just sort of a ho hum insert. The base version is fine, but I pulled in a personal hobby or blaster. I opened one of each for a personal. There was a blue parallel. It's unnumbered, and it happened to be Hank Aaron in a blue Braves jersey.
Hmm.
And it, to
Cool.
me, what might be one of my favorite cards out of those boxes. Which I haven't looked yet, but presumably, Mariners, Dodgers, whatever other blue team probably looks good as well. It looks pretty sweet. And I'm an insert guy as far as the PC team goes, so definitely be going for my Mariners in the Autumn Tales, and hopefully some blue parallel Mariners for the all class.
That's cool. The all class is the one that has the like diamond kind of scratched outline in the
Chalkboard.
background, chalkboard thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
almost looks like a scorecard. Um, at least to me, it kind of looks like a scorecard. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all right, but the color really pops on it. I think the colored parallels are where it's at with that. But
Rad. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely agree with the parallels overall. I mean, we always love to see black gold, and I think, the let him cook thing is somewhat cheesy, but I do think the cards look really cool. We got a blue parallel and a black parallel, and they're just pretty cool looking inserts.
Very
So
striking. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And then obviously the mystical we talked about, the Lisa Frank, looks even better in person, just sparkly with the little panda dude in the
Uh-huh.
corner, like
Uh-huh.
just a nice goofy insert. So I
Wax,
def
if you didn't see this, I'm delighted to be delivering this news. I believe it's Fonz. He is going for the whole 50 card set and putting it in a Lisa Frank binder.
Now
I
that
think
is
he
gonna a
wins
great PC
update.
item. Yeah,
It
that's
is
great.
amazing to me. I am here for it.
Very pro. Can't wait to see that. Yeah, there really is something for everyone in update. And I agree. I think that the designs on the inserts are really cool. And you might like some of them, you might not like some of the other ones, but there is something for everyone, and I really appreciate that. And so, the only one I don't really care about that much is the Stars of MLB, because I bought a
yeah.
bunch of blasters today at the LCS I went to by my hotel, and they're still popping up. So, how many Stars of MLB could there be? Like, this is what there's like year three now. Don't really. Although I did get a Skeens and a Holiday, so guess I can't complain too much. But yeah, they need to redo that one, I think, and then I'll be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of boring. I agree.
So, Pierce, you opened some hobby boxes. Did you notice anything about hobbies versus jumbos and odds, or what seemed hotter for you?
I didn't really notice a big difference. Like when we started out, it was like, oh, getting a couple bonus hits out of hobbies, and they're looking pretty good. But then I had a jumbo that had 2 bonus hits. It was literally 3 relics and 2 autos,
Wow.
and I don't think it was even Mojo. And I was just like, what is going on? So just in general, they were pretty loaded. It was kind of like the breaks themselves. Like I literally split the cases left to right, like just straight down the middle. And so the first break we had 2 heavy lumbers and no vintage stock. And then the second break we had 2 vintage stock and no heavy lumbers. Um, so it's funny how that worked out. And weirdly, I had no golden mirrors in either case. So
Wow. 2
I
cases.
would have, I would have expected one at minimum, if not one per case, but we
I had
didn't
one
see
sneak
one.
up on me. I
Yeah.
had to admit my fault in the Discord. And it was not a major hit, but yeah, I think it's the rookie debuts looking like golden mirrors. I was
Mhm.
checking like a madman at first, and then I kind of slacked off. Totally missed the golden mirror until I was doing the sort. Um, yeah, easy to miss, probably much harder to miss on a notable player, but
Right.
there was one sneaking away in there.
Nice. Yeah, that is another thing that I really liked about the product in general, is just like that the rookie debut photos were cool looking. Like they had some in 2023 that were kind of cool, but I felt like for the most part they were pretty standard, and then this one felt like everyone could have been a golden mirror in series 1 or 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have cool shots. Yeah, and I really like it. There's at least one way to bring a little bit more value to those cards, because it seems like those are a little not quite as desirable, but to at least make them look nicer would make a lot more people interested in those and the parallels and stuff. So I appreciate it. I think they're cool too.
For sure.
It's funny
Oh.
you missed that golden mirror, because I got one in one of my blasters over here, and it was definitely
Oh,
backwards. So I don't know what it is. It's still sitting over there on the desk, and I haven't flipped it over yet. So um, we're gonna see what it is here in a little bit. But
yeah, that
yeah,
collation was weird. Just to satisfy my own curiosity, I want to rewatch the break. I'm virtually certain it was not backwards. There's just I
mhm.
wouldn't have missed it if it was backwards.
It
Yeah.
But
almost
we also had
impossible.
All Star Game base cards that were flipped around for no apparent reason,
Huh.
Mhm.
and then gold mirrors that I presume were not flipped around. So yeah, it was kind of weird. But
Yeah, you never know what to get. Well, it is really
Yeah, one
cool, and
other
I don't know if it's just like a function of having so many great players in the checklist or what, but it is cool to see, like it seems like a lot of people, not just us, have gotten really nice boxes with a lot of stuff in them, and I really appreciate how stuff pops up that you didn't expect. Like we all kind of know what's coming, but it seems like with not just with this release, but a lot of them, they kind of pop up and say, "Oh, look, we have these special SPs coming out," or "We have this insert set we didn't talk to you about," or like we got an Aaron Judge Paw Patrol set in here that we didn't tell you about, or like just like stuff that you didn't expect, that makes it a little bit more exciting when you find out that, like, oh, there's other stuff in here. So um, I appreciated
absolutely.
getting that too. I got one of the Paw Patrol cards in my blasters too, so that
Oh,
was
did
pretty
you?
cool.
Dang,
Yeah,
killing it.
yeah. One of those blasters was loaded. That blaster also had a gold Jackson Churio, which I've actually been looking for too. So I can cross that one off of my list. That's like a 40
Is
$50 card.
Wax
So
Junior a Paw Patrol fan?
you know what? He doesn't watch shows. Like, he'll watch YouTube videos of like marble runs and stuff, but like he doesn't like watch shows and movies. So I don't know. He might miss that phase, and then later on he'll get into something that his friends are into, like Marvel or something. But like he won't do it. So
Gotcha.
haven't had to suffer through too many annoying kids shows, but definitely a lot of annoying YouTube videos. So it goes both ways, but. Yeah, so I like I said, I knew I was going to be out of town, so we had Joe doing all of our update breaks, but I did get into some logo fractor in the last couple of weeks, and I got one fill in for the rest of our order right now, almost closed. So I'm excited to rip that when I get home. But logo fractor is one of my favorite products of the year. I don't know. I just like the uniqueness of it, the way it looks. The foil is always nice, but this year, they really messed it up. There's a lot of cards with uneven foil lines, big lines over the front of them. We did a
Oh,
6 box
really?
break, and we got 2 oranges out of 25, and they both just had giant lines over them. So that's super disappointing. I mean, like even at base retail price was 110, I think. That's you're getting 10 cards in a box for $110, and so you got to expect more. So that was really disappointing. I was bummed out. We saw some good cards, and they're just kind of spoiled by the quality problems. So I do appreciate Topps making that product more available. In the past, it was only available in the New York flagship store. And you'd have to buy it on the secondary market. But this year they made it available on their website. So at least you could get some at the regular price, even though they jacked it up. It was still cheaper than getting them off eBay last year. So I at least appreciated that. But in the end, ultimately let down. So that was kind of a bummer. Topps, get it together. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a
and
premier
I feel like
product. I
their
mean,
quality control has improved drastically
yeah,
overall.
I
That
agree.
and for something that high end or expensive for the number of cards anyway, that's disappointing.
Yeah, very disappointing. So I talked to them about replacements, and obviously the first person I talked to said they couldn't decide that, but it could be an option. Obviously, you might not get the card you pulled, but you might get something from the same team if you just want something on that level. So I do have someone who is interested in doing that, and hopefully we'll find out what comes of that if they get replacements and what those are. So maybe all is not lost. And the good news is if you get a parallel of Judge or Otani, and there's a big line through it, you have a lot easier time deciding if you're going to trade it in for a buyback or not. So uh, it helps that
Yeah.
along a little bit. I made that mistake last year. We had a break, and I got um, 2 Otanis. I got a pink Otani and a gold Otani. Um, and
Mm.
I graded both of them, and I thought I was going to sell them graded. And one is worth more than the trade-in value, and one is definitely not worth more than the trade-in value at the time. And I'll let you guess which one is which. But I still have that one, so that's a little lesson learned. So, but yeah, this year a lot easier to send those color parallels in. So yeah, we'll see what comes from that. Maybe next year it'll be better. And the other product I love is Sapphire, but at $500 a box. I'm just gonna stay away from that one. So that's also another
Oh,
bummer.
I love Sapphire,
I do too.
but I
Yeah,
cannot justify ripping it personally, and I can't even really get around. I can't figure out a way to break it without just, yeah,
no, it's
it's just
tough.
too expensive.
Yeah,
Giant
if you
checklist, too expensive.
yeah, you got to have people who are willing to throw a lot of money around to do that. And I mean, they made it more expensive because they're giving you autos now more often. But like, the checklist is massive, and I think it's like another $250 or something than it was last year. So
Jeez.
there's a guaranteed Sapphire auto worth that much money? I really doubt it. So
Negative.
yeah,
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 that
we
card looks
did.
so good for the Mariners and other blue teams, but
Yeah.
right.
Well,
so I just love it for that reason and just the design. But oh my goodness, too much.
I threw a 2022 box in a mixer, and I don't remember. I mean, it's pretty cheap. I want to say it was like 150 or 200 or something. I mean, still like, a 2-year-old product, but we got hosed by every single thing until we hit the Julio short print rookie. So
Oh,
Ooh, man.
box was a Seth Beer gold and a Jesse Winker gold were our two hits before that. So
Oh
ouch.
man.
it was really fun to open, but if you doing a full break of that, there's so much potential for people to get skunked and stuff. It's just like it's never a good feeling for anyone. Like you never want to not have cards to give people.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's how I
Yep.
feel too. It's definitely a very low floor, high ceiling product, and it makes it feel a little bit more like gambling that way because there's probably going to be a lot of stuff that not only do you not care about, but you also put a lot of money into. So
Right.
yeah, I agree. And so, but yep, it's going to be another singles year. I'll pick up my team set like I do every year and move on. So
There you go.
yeah.
Yep.
I
Well,
did
speaking of
actually.
Chrome products,
Oh yeah.
oh, you go ahead.
No, go for it.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, speaking of Chrome products, the last time we spoke, it was all doom and gloom about how we're not going to open up any Cosmic Chrome. And then I've run 2 breaks of it, and I have 2 more coming up this weekend. So
That's awesome.
yeah. Big shout out to Kingdome for hooking me up with the boxes at basically MSRP. It was like 300 a box plus tax plus shipping, and they were packaged very nicely, and it worked out very well. And literally it was like the break filled in like 20 minutes max. It was just like
Yeah.
insanity. So I was like, well, I guess I have to try to run it back. And I saw that the shop by me had them, and it was 400 after tax. So I just like did the pricing. I was like, would people still be interested? And everyone was just like, yes. So I was like, all right, I guess we're doing this.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it's just like you've seen the cards. It's such a cool design, and I do think this year is better than last year. Like the inserts and stuff look awesome, especially seeing it in person. It's just such a well done set, and it is very tough at the price point. Like I can't imagine buying a hobby box for myself at $400,
Hmm.
especially because it does seem like for the most part it's either like a dud box where you get like 3 random parallels of random rookies that are not valuable, or it's like an insane box where you get like 3 case hits and 2 autos, and it's just like absolutely loaded. So it's just like any singular box is such a gamble. Um, and we were pretty fortunate that the breaks went pretty well. And we also kind of bucked that trend of having some boxes that were just solid, like not too bad, but nothing crazy. But the absolute biggest card that we did pull um, was a Mike Trout Black Eclipse auto numbered to 10. And
Mm.
it was my first time pulling a Trout auto. So I literally just like froze and didn't know what to do with myself on stream. I was just like holding the sleeve and holding the card, like, what is happening right now? But yeah, it's just like the colored refractors look so cool. Parallels look so cool in person. And yeah, I mean, there's like, pulling a low number Trout auto is like, there's almost nothing better. Like for a fan and a collector, obviously,
Yeah.
there's big money for the rookies, but just for current greats, it's Trout and Shohei and Judge pretty much.
Yeah. And especially for Trout, it's like something has been valuable for such a long time. And
Hmm.
you probably, as long as you've been opening cards, probably, online, you've been looking for those. And there's a sweet one. So that's awesome. Congratulations. Um,
I'm glad that worked out, man. Shout out
yeah.
to my LCS, Big Nate's in Gig
Big
Harbor.
Nates.
His prices, yes, his price is very fair, below market for the first couple days there, and I was a very popular man for a minute there because I was able to hook some people up at price, not trying to flip them, but or at cost, I should say. But even just within the last few days, someone else hit me up and they're like, "Do you still have those Cosmic for $300?" And I was like, "No, those are those
Those
are
are
long out
long
the door."
gone,
One
brother.
time deal. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Great
Yeah,
shop.
definitely shout out Big Nate. I just talked to him on Instagram. He made it super easy.
excellent,
Yep.
excellent.
And he is big, but he is a nice dude. So thanks,
Yeah,
Nate.
and It was crazy too. So the trout was from the local boxes, and then from Big Nate's boxes, we got a base trout auto also. So it was
Wow.
just like even that is an insane hit, even though it's not numbered. It's still a trout auto of a medium high end set. So
Yeah, it's definitely one you want. There's a lot of them that you don't, so that's great. Super
yeah,
cool. Yep,
but
I'm
yeah.
a fan of the set, and I would be a fan of the set who actually picks up the cards if they weren't so expensive. Like the price is such a turnoff that like
Hmm.
I don't even want to get too interested until things are well below what they were when they were really hot. So like I'm just starting to pick up a couple of last year's cards, but you're right, they are really cool. I got uh, extraterrestrial talent, Julio Rodriguez blue parallel, and the blue has those like that like sonar pattern where it's like
Hmm.
kind of dots, and that is just a really rad looking card. So a lot of cool stuff
Yeah.
coming out of there, but man, you can really get burned. I think the odds were autos in 1 in 3 boxes. So
Hmm.
like you could you could go quite a while without seeing any of those, but hopefully you would get some decent
Exactly.
parallels. So I'm glad you guys had a good time with them. I'm glad that you could do it at a good price too. That makes me really happy. So it kind of changes how I feel about it a lot. So awesome. I'm glad that worked out. Um,
Yeah.
what do you guys got coming up? What kind of breaks are you brewing right now?
We've got so YBCC, YBRB, we've got we got a double jumbo update break, about 2/3 full or something like that. That could run this weekend. And then of course we got releases coming out all over the place. So we've already got a Stadium Club, or we've got a Allen and Ginter full and another one filling. Stadium Club right behind it, which I think bang for your buck is one of the better releases.
Definitely.
Even with the price hike this year, it is still not crazy. And for our heavy, we talked about this probably on both previous podcasts, as far as us all enjoying having so many strong PCers in our Discord communities. So Stadium Club, even in lack of hits, does not mean lack of cool PC cards. So I'm kind of stoked about that one. So that's probably our next couple weeks, I'd say, right? A&G Stadium Club and more update.
Yep. I
And I
just got a
think for
tracking
us,
number for that one. I just got tracking for Allen and Ginter, and I'm excited to see after the dog insert tease. I don't know if you guys saw this, but they they have a Westminster Kennel Club famous dog inserts, which is very Allen and Ginter, but they also have Westminster Kennel Club famous dog relics. And I'm pretty sure I saw a tennis ball in there, which is
Oh
just
yeah, I saw
incredible,
that.
super cool. I'm excited to see what else they got in there. So, Alan Ginter coming up. That's coming up. I think comes out on the 30th.
yeah,
Yeah.
Um, coming up in next week. So yeah, and then Stadium Club, like you said, that some of those I was looking at the checklists. Some of those teams have great base autos. They've got stars doing base autos. They have a lot of legends doing base autos that you wouldn't normally see. I think there's a Jim Abbott auto. Haven't seen that in a while. So I mean, there's some good stuff out there, and what I will say is that the price hike on Stadium Club isn't as bad because last year the price of Stadium Club went up really fast, and it was really hard to get hobbies after the first few weeks, is my recollection. People were breaking a lot of blasters, which also were super hot. That was really cool. Got a lot of cool stuff out of retail, but get those hobbies while you can because the price is going to go up. People are going to want them. We got those compact hobbies too, so
yeah.
basically half a hobby, one auto. Um, so yeah, they're on card. I don't know if they have any stickers in Stadium Club. Oh, the Chrome autos are
Yeah.
stickers, but the
Yeah.
base autos are not, and they're always fresh looking. So um, if you want to go through those, you're looking for something, I would do it now because it's only going to get more expensive, just like everything. But I just have like trauma from last year trying to get more Stadium Club and not being able to get it. So yeah, get in there, get some Stadium Club.
Yeah, this run of releases, I think Pierce and I talked about this on the last pod, but obviously there's a bunch of back-to-back releases. But when I think about winter in terms of baseball card land, winter's going to be short because I'm like projecting out through the end of December, and I'm a big holiday guy, so that's part of the equation. Bowman draft in December. It's January before there's sort of a air quotes break, but then there's already a couple releases I think will probably come out before flagship 25 does. So
Mhm.
like I think this just keep on rolling with some releases even in the so-called winter, but I don't think we're going to get much of a winter in
Oh yeah,
baseball card world.
yep. Uh, but we should see Heritage High number. I mean, that's always coming, right? I
Yes.
hope Archives is coming back. That's one of my favorite products. We had a lot of
Yes.
really
Better
awesome
be.
Archives cards last year. Had a
Same.
lot of fun opening Archives. Didn't have a lot of fun opening the packs of Archives cards because they were those waxy ones that are impossible to open. Um,
I tried to tell, I feel like I tried to tell you, and I tried to tell 420, there's like the hack to opening them, but it's hard to like explain it over text. So it was like, you guys would just read the message and be like, what's this guy saying? And it was also before like I knew you guys as well. So you're just like, okay, whatever, dude.
Psst, there's a hack to open them. You gotta listen to
Yeah,
me.
I
I'll have
was
to watch
trying
you
to
open
help.
some.
Yeah,
I had
I,
that issue with Stars and Stripe. I opened a
Oh, yep.
case of blasters, one of
mm,
my first breaks actually, and I was nervous already, and then I could not get those packs open. And then eventually I resorted, I will never do this again. I commit to that, but I resorted to a razor blade to cut the top of
Wow.
dang.
the pack.
Oof. Yeah,
You
that's
gotta do what you gotta do.
you've heard of
And no
Breaker's
cards were
Delight. This
damaged in
is
the production
Breaker's
of that.
Demise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty rough. Yep, and
Um,
then I'm really excited to see what the Otani 50/50 cards are going to be like. That set that they had out for a
mm,
day, and
Yes.
then they're not sending out until the end of the year. So that's going to be in the mix too. Going to be all aftermarket stuff. If anybody wants to pick any up, because I think they just did a print to order one day, and I don't know if they're going to bring it back. But there's doesn't seem like there's enough cards to make that many boxes. There's 100 base cards. There's 50 for one for each home run, one for each stolen base. Then there's parallels, and I think there's some insert sets too. And then but they sold a lot of those boxes, so I'm really interested to see what they look like on the inside, like what kind of cards you're actually going to get. 10 card packs. Um, they're going to be, and depending on what happens in the World Series, they're going to be even hotter. So yeah, that's going to be a really cool thing to watch. Maybe not a really cool thing to buy, but we'll see. Maybe the cards will be more attainable once they're out of their waxy prisons. So I'm excited to see what happens there.
I hope those come out before Christmas because I would love to open, as I have a box coming, I'd love to open a couple packs with my son, um, maybe under the tree. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know what that timeline looks like. I know they said shipping mid-December or something, but it was pushing
Mm-hmm.
it. So
Yeah, we'll see, and then delays and everything. We'll see, but
yeah.
yeah, I am intrigued. Pierce, you got anything coming up that you're excited about ripping?
yeah, well, um, like you said, in the coming weeks, we have Allen and Ginter and Stadium Club. I have 1/2 case of Stadium Club just filled today, and I have some spots left and some bigger spots left. So just trying to get that wrapped up. But we've got time. So
Mhm.
we'll see how the next couple weeks go. And then I have more Cosmic Chrome ripping this weekend. One guy hooked me up. He had some cases, or he had a case, and he was selling some boxes at a card show, I guess. And I was like, I'll give you, if you give me a good price, I'll give you your team spot for free. And he luckily hooked me up. So We got
Excellent.
to bring the price down a little bit, but even some of the online shops, I want to say it was like 385 at
Okay.
Awesome,
Okay.
which, it's a lot, but and for breaking, it's not bad, and it's not like a Sapphire where you're getting, 10 cards a box or whatever. Like it's still a
Hmm.
Chrome, similar to a Chrome box or like a Chrome Platinum
Hmm.
for the amount of cards. So been doing 3 box breaks, and it hasn't felt like anybody has been getting too hosed, except the Dodgers have gotten kind of hosed on the first two just because they're such an expensive team, and there hasn't been anything huge. Like
Hmm.
they're getting solid inserts and stuff, but no big hits so far. And then obviously the big one is the Hurricane Relief Raffle and break. So that one is, I mean, it's just crazy to see. We got a bunch of donations today, between your server and Riggy's server as well. And we all kind of have, it's all incestuous with between our members. There's a lot of crossover, but yeah, one member, you might have seen that Paul Skeen's Platinum Stars of MLB auto that they
Yes.
hit and put up for auction. So they actually put in a sizable donation for raffle tickets, and they are matching any donations from now until the raffle up to $500 to go to the World Central
Excellent.
Kitchen.
Wow. All
So
right.
really
Cool.
cool to see. And then I'll just run through the raffle prizes real quick because we got a lot of good stuff. So I baked the cost of a Stadium Club compact hobby into the break cost for the people that bought into the break. Um, I am giving away one spot in the break to the raffle winner, and I'm giving one winner an eBay quote unquote gift card where I'll just buy you a card on eBay. Um, for around $50. Either I'll surprise you if you tell me like players you like, or if you just say I want this card, then I'll get you that card. Whatever works.
The human
Riggy
gift
donated a
card.
logo fractor box. Wax donated 2 Otani 50/50 packs. Um, 420 donated two $25 break credits to his breaks. Noop Nup from Reddit and or Hassan King from my server donated a 2024 Archives Signature Series retired box. Kenny Loggins fan 89 on Reddit donated a lot of 2024 Matt Olson Chrome cards. There's like 16 cards highlighted by an orange and a gold, so just a bunch partial rainbow for Matt Olson. I'd Ape, aka Carrie, got tagged to donate a $50 gift card, which is really cool.
Wow. Awesome.
Um, yeah, so like literally, she talked to them, and they're like, "Sure, we'll donate it." So
Damn.
that
Thanks,
that
Tag.
worked out well. Yeah, and then Sheep donated 2023 Chrome Platinum John Smoltz Auto to 25.
Nice.
And then lastly, myself and Dr. Chocolate Banana are putting together a lot of Owen White autograph cards. Um, I don't know if I ever told you guys the story or you heard the story, but when I did my first case of 2024 Heritage, we literally got Owen White base refractor to 575, Owen White silver refractor to 275, Owen White image variation, and Owen White real one auto in one case. So it's just like, who is this dude and why is he all over my Heritage case? So it's just been kind of a meme since then. So just wanted to do something kind of fun and just been picking up a bunch of random autos. Um, so Dr. Chalk had a pristine auto, and then I've just been picking up like Heritage. I got a green Sapphire for like $5-7 shipped or something on eBay. So just a fun little thing to put together. But now, as of right now, we have raised over $850.
Wow.
So I'm just like,
Well done.
Yeah, thank you to everybody. Well done, all of you guys. You know, just I've done the bare minimum to organize it and get the word out, but you guys have put so much into this, so it's really, really awesome to see. And as we've said, it's just going straight back to to the community, to the people in our group that we've all been breaking with over the past months to year, um, that just need a little extra help right now. So very, very
That's
cool.
that's
Well
awesome.
done,
And
man.
yeah, and I found a lot of we've done a couple similar things, and random act of kindness and stuff like that. And people in the community are so generous. And all you have to do, you already have the network. All you have to do is ask, and
Exactly.
people will step up. So it's awesome for you for putting that together. Thank you so much for doing that, and thank you to everyone who's donated. I know that'll help a lot of people. So when does the when how much time do we have to get raffle tickets?
That stream is going to be this Saturday, the 26th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So I'm gonna I'll do the break to start the stream. I'll still keep tickets open, and then once the break is done, then that's when I'll do the raffle for all the prizes. So
Oh man, you know what would be really cool sometime is if we had like a breakathon, like if we had a big enough audience so we could do like a live breakathon and then do like fundraisers in the middle and stuff like, telethon
yeah, right.
style. That would be super cool. But this is the next best thing, and you're awesome for doing it. So well, good on you guys, good on everybody for giving money. And you know what? It's $5 a ticket, and a little bit goes a long way when you have a lot of people willing to give. So you
Exactly.
don't have to give a lot to make a big impact. So thank you guys.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thank
Um,
you.
so I've been doing a lot of in lieu of breaking. Knowing I didn't have the time, I've been doing a lot of singles hunting because I'm really impressed with the update products. Has a lot of great players. Those players have great cards in the set. And so I've been hunting down a lot of those guys and trying to get good deals. And people all over Discord servers that we travel amongst are opening boxes and boxes and boxes and pulling that stuff out because there's so many good cards. So I'm trying to look for that stuff. Is there any singles you guys have been looking at or picking up, or you have any trends there, or is it mostly just breaking those update boxes?
Um, I am trying to be good, but I have my wish list, my main PC that I've been focused on kind of since I started really getting back into collecting is getting all of the Diamondbacks Heritage Red inks.
Ooh,
Um,
nice.
and yeah, it's, I really like Heritage. I love the classic looks of the cards, and the red inks obviously are just super clean looking, and especially with the Diamondbacks cards, the red goes very well with them.
Hmm.
And because they haven't been around that long, they haven't been good that long. It's not that large of a collection to obtain. All told, I want to say it's like 35 cards or something like that. But yeah, obviously one of the big names that has eluded me has been Corbin Carroll so far, because he's a stud and his cards are expensive. And so I was just scrolling through eBay, throwing out random offers to people, just just for the fun of it, not really expecting anything to hit, and I got a 2024 Heritage Red Ink of Corbin Carroll on the
Hey,
way.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
awesome.
so very excited about that. I've got a couple Corbin autos, but nothing crazy. So this will be a nice centerpiece to the Corbin collection and the Red Ink Heritage collection.
That's rad. Yeah, there's nothing like a red ink real one auto. Those are pretty special. Um, so that's really cool. That's a really cool collection to have. Um, maybe you could get a rookie Corbin Carroll, but
Yeah, that's
2024 is a little more attainable. That's awesome.
exactly. Yeah, the Rookie's going to be a while, and then there's also a couple that are haunting me. 2013, they're numbered to 10.
Wow.
And it's Paul Goldschmidt and Didi Gregorius. And the worst part is there was a Didi Gregorius, and it wasn't like that bad. I mean, it's like 50 or 60 for like a Didi Gregorius auto is like pushing it a little bit, but am I ever going to see another one again is the question. So
Yeah.
I
Said,
missed out on that one, so it haunts me.
oof. Yeah, it's over 10 years old and only 10 of them. That's something you're gonna have to jump on, especially the
Hmm.
Goldie. So yeah, after I built a small rainbow, and you really have to keep your eye out. Actually, what happened was um, I found one of the slash five. It was a 23 Luis Castillo logo fractor, and I
Mm,
found the red out of five came up, and I said, okay, well, I got enough to build the rainbow. The other ones are pretty cheap.
yeah.
So I picked that one up, and I was like, this will be my collection white whale, and I will keep an eye out for this, and I'll be ready to get it. We'll have the budget. I'll make the room in the future. And then the card came up like 3 weeks later, and I just and I just dropped like I can't remember how much I dropped on the red, but it was a pretty good amount.
Hmm.
And so and then the super came up on eBay, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? I gotta do this." But I'm happy that it came up, and that's the thing. Like you got to go for it when if you want to do it, you got to go for it and be prepared. So I
Yeah,
Hey,
paid
you
an,
get
an
it.
embarrassing amount of money for that card, but I did it and I have it. So it won't haunt me. Because the thing is, if you skip it and you never see it again, it'll haunt you for the rest of your life. So congratulations, Pierce. I hope you, I hope you find that one. Anybody listening, if you have a 2013 red ink auto for Didi or Paul Goldschmidt, please
Please.
get in touch. Pierce will
Yes.
pay a premium for your card.
I'll pay a premium for Goldschmidt. I don't know about Didi.
Oof, yeah, Mariner legend Didi Gregorius did not work out well.
I think,
Joe, what are you looking at? What kind of
yeah,
stuff are
I
you
think
looking at?
my first two, or my last two, I should say, in hand, because I'm basically perpetually hunting Bowman firsts of Mariner prospects, and a few other guys, but mostly Mariners. So the last two I got is just a base Sapphire, because I've already declared my love for that set. Bowman first of Michael Arroyo, and then just a base Chrome Auto first of Johnny Farmello.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
Neither of which are very expensive, but I love collecting Bowman. Um, and I mean, I like opening Bowman too. I've done that, my share of that as well for any old team, and it's just fun to track them and then wait for the call up. I lucked my way into selling a John Kenzie Noel first gold to 50 about 5 minutes after he hit the home run in the playoff.
Nice.
Like clockwork, that thing just went off immediately after that, which is like super fun for the Bowman stuff. But my major pickup was also sort of just a stroke of luck. Shout out to Sweet Card Bros Tops Now Discord.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I had purchased the base, like many others, of a Ichiro and Otani passing Ichiro stolen base for a Japanese-born player. And then in that Tops Now pack was a kanji parallel foil of that card. And it gets random to someone who has a spot. And I just so happen to win that random. It is not in hand yet, but he got that card out
Damn.
quickly. So it's en route to me. But my existential crisis is I'm going to get the base and I'm going to get the kanji. So in this case, the kanji, it's not an auto. In this case, the kanji is their names and then the
Hmm.
foil. And I'm thinking to myself, well, of course, it has Ichiro on it and then Otani, enough said. But I think the base card would bring me almost as much joy, and the memory of owning the kanji foil for a moment in time is enough for me. And I think I'm selling that card
Yeah.
and either using it just to, keep having fun in the hobby and maybe get some holiday for breaks. But I'm also considering my what I would say is probably my grail card, which was a card given out at the Topps convention last spring, and it's Edgar Martinez and Julio Rodriguez on the 87 design, and it's a dual
Yeah,
auto.
Oh,
that's a great one.
And yeah, it just hits all the points. It's got my favorite all-time player Edgar, my top 2 favorite current Mariner in Julio. It's on a design from my childhood. I mean, there's just nothing not to like about it. So I'm considering turning the kanji foil into that. I'm not sure. They're spendy. They're 400 probably, and a lot of them at this point have been graded, so they go up from there.
yeah.
It's
Mhm.
harder to find the non-graded. So. Um, the kanji foil is going to be cool. It should arrive to me in a couple days. I can't wait to see it, but quite honestly, it's probably not going to be in my possession for very long.
That's cool. Yeah, and if you have a plan for it, I mean, that's great. Like you know what you want, you know how you're going to get it, and you should go get it. So that's awesome, man. That's. Do you know how many people bought into that card? Like, what were the odds that you were going to get?
I'm not positive. I want to say it was like a 20 pack, maybe.
Wow.
Picturing the wheel as it's spinning in my mind, maybe more than 20, because the slivers of the wheel slice were pretty small, so it may have been more
Wow.
than 20. Some that are in that neighborhood, though. There's so many Otani tops now, of course, that I don't think
Yeah.
that one was up there with like the 40-40 or the 50-50 or anything. And I was just literally stoked to have the base. It's got Ichiro and Otani. I mean, it's just cool.
Hmm.
Uh, so that was just kind of a total shock. So
That's awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
stoked about it. I have a little bit of like collector's guilt or something because it's got all-time great Mariner on there, and I'm totally gonna flip it. So
Hey, I mean, it may not be more valuable than it is right now, or in the future it might be, but you won't get what you want out of it now. So, I mean, it's really all comes down to how much you want that card versus something else, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So, you go get the one you want. It's about having fun, and you're just enabling yourself to do the things that you've been dreaming about. So, you know,
yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah,
I
and I
don't
think
I don't
World
believe in.
Series with Otani is probably the time. So
Yeah, yeah, and so yeah, that'll be easy to get rid of, and yeah, get you that card. I almost bought one of those. I was thinking about buying one of those, but um, a little out of my price range. But if I had something to drop like you do, then I might consider it. The
oh,
possibilities
it's
are endless. You'll probably have some of them
well
left
out of
over
my price
too.
range.
So
Full disclosure, I have never paid triple digits for a card. So this would be wildly over what I would normally spend. But I'm turning a card I already own for $6 because or $8 or whatever that Ichiro base
hmm.
was.
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely out of the ordinary, which is a whole other aspect to this. But it's a
That's
good
awesome
problem to
too.
have, and I'm excited about it. So
Yeah, and that's awesome too because if you're not used to getting nice cards and there's something you've wanted for a long time, it just makes it that much better. So, man, congratulations, and it's always awesome to see somebody get something that they can put into the hobby and turn into magic for their collection. So I can't wait to see you pick that up and send some pictures, man. That'll be awesome.
absolutely, I'll get a nice light box photo for sure. I appreciate it.
There you go.
Well, you're close. Maybe I'll see you in person one day.
Yeah. Well, I won't have it
Try
anymore if
not
we
to
don't meet
drool
up
on
here pretty quick. But
Yeah.
it. Right on. Cool. Well, yeah, like I said, I've been looking for singles, and kind of the way it went was I saw some early breaks as we always do, and was like, man, there are some awesome cards in there. Um, and maybe I want to rip a box, but I realized that since I was going out of town and just logistics and everything, it just wasn't going to work out until afterwards. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just wait, and then I got impatient as you do, and I said, well, what I can do is I can start looking for singles, and so um, not the best time, obviously, to look for singles, especially for big names that everybody is looking for. But um, I've been trying to be discerning about what I pick up and looking at a lot of auctions and watching them, and you know really setting a kind of a maximum price. And if you don't get it, well, there'll probably be more coming up. And for about the price of a secondary market, David Adams style store jumbo box, I was able to get um, gold foils from Skeens, Holiday, Churio. I got golds for Ellie de la Cruz. I got some. There's an Otani sets the Japanese home run record card,
Hmm.
where I got gold and gold foil and rainbow foil parallels for those, and I picked up a bunch more. So I got actually just won a gold junior Caminero 1989 auto, which I'm really excited to get for under $100, which is great. Really happy
Nice.
about that one, and I got to deal with a lot of people from Discord. And one of my goals was to be, try to get as much as I can from other collectors that I know, and the network is big enough now that there's plenty of people opening those boxes and getting that stuff out to the world and opportunities to pick it up. So been making some good deals and good contacts. So I've been having a lot of fun doing that, and I'm excited for all those cards to start coming in. I can't wait for the vacation haul. When you you come back and you got a big sack of mail waiting for you.
Nice.
There's going to be
Yeah.
some good ones in there. So I'm excited to get those. Take some pictures and tuck them away and so I got a whole bunch of new furniture for my the basement and my areas, my breaking area, and all of the sorting, surfaces and stuff. I've been using like a card table, but now I'm going to have real furniture and like places to put stuff, and so that's super exciting. So I'm excited to get to work on that and get everything together and get those new cards in a cool display. So I also have just been looking around everywhere, and I got to talk about it. I found some cards on Mercari. I don't know if anybody's shopped on Mercari before. Similar platform to eBay, except for they have buyer's fees instead of seller's fees. So the prices are a little different. It looks a little sketchier, but it's essentially the same thing. And I picked up a couple cards up there. I got a Chrome 24 Chrome Julio Rodriguez Black out of 10, 1989 for
Ooh.
under $50 on Mercari. Somebody had it set up there. So that one is really nice. Super happy with that deal. I found and then I was looking for. I'm a big fan of. It's a 2016 Topps number 96 Jose Bautista bat flip. It's a
Oh,
landscape card of him doing the famous bat flip in the after he hit that home run. And so I've been looking for cards of those. It's a super fun card. I found a rainbow foil on Sport Lots. I don't know if you guys have ever used Sport Lots, but usually it's for just like if you want base cards, people sit around with their big boxes and sell them for 20 cents. But somebody had one listed for like $2, and that's like a $30-$40 card on eBay. So I picked that up and a bunch of other stuff from that guy just to kind of get some other stuff from him and say thank you for the deal, and he sent it. And so if you're looking for something base or base-ish, not numbered, take a look at Sport Lots. Their site is archaic, but if you can get through it, there's good deals on there. There's good deals on Mercari if you got the time to look through that. And ComC, I would always recommend. We could talk for a while about ComC, but take a look there, especially if you're on eBay and you find ComC has an auction or not an auction. If they have a buy it now, it's always cheaper on ComC. So if you have ComC credit, you can buy it over there, save some money. So I've been covering all those bases. Got a bunch of cool stuff. eBay pickups. I picked up a copy of the Ellie base relic, Topps Now base relic from the game he hit the 420-foot home run and an inside the park home run. I picked up a /49 for $100, which was a great deal. I got a 2020 Bowman's Best Ronald Acuna Jr. Favorites auto for $85. His stuff is
damn.
super cheap right now. He went out pretty early, so he hasn't had a lot of light on him. So his prices are down right now. That's one I would start picking up if you're into Acuna. Now is the time. And I also just finished one thing that ComC really helped me with was I got the full run of the 2018 Topps Now cards, Shohei Ohtani cards with the rookie shields on them. And they have Japanese versions, kanji versions. So
Damn.
I picked up the full kanji set, and I did it just kind of right before the 50-50 happened, and now prices are a lot more. I was going to try to pick up the regular English version, and prices are insane right now, and I'm not sure if they'll ever go back down. I don't know what to say, but with a guy like that, anything is possible. So if those prices ever recover or I get a lot more money, I'll try to go after those cards more. But I'm happy that I got the Japanese set together. That's going to be really cool like I said, I got a lot of those off of ComC, so I have to wait for shipping and stuff. But can't wait to get those all together.
Those are some good.
It's fun.
Those are some good pickups, and I'm also on ComC as well, but not Mercari or Sports Lots. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I need to. I think I mentioned this with Pierce, but I need to track down the 2024 Camo Joe Ryan. So more platforms to hopefully find one of those. So those are good suggestions. Yeah. And
yeah,
the
and
rest,
then
the rest of the story will have to wait.
Yeah. Thanks.
You will find out next
Sorry,
time.
Finally, the hotel strikes.
We'll
Thanks, guys, if you can hear me.
Back, but it's probably time to wrap up here shortly. Anyway, any parting thoughts for you, Pierce?
I don't believe so. Just super appreciative of you guys for inviting me to do this. It's always a blast chatting with you guys. I know we're back and forth in Discord randomly, but it's nice to just have the time to sit down and really talk about cards with other collectors and other people that are in the same world. So just always a fun time, always appreciated.
Well, I appreciate you, and the relationship between our two worlds couldn't be funner. Like this is what it should be all about, and I'm just like very, very thankful that we've reached the point, and the podcast is a blast. Obviously, the breaking and hobby chat is a blast, and I'm just looking forward. We got some. We'll cover it in a future podcast, I'm sure, but some of the stuff we've got kind of for the holidays, the holiday product itself, but also just some of the break formats we have coming up. I'm super excited to talk more about a white elephant break that we're going to be doing in YBRB land. And definitely some holiday gifts and giveaways as well. So this couldn't be going any better in my mind. And these strong PCers we have, and just, it's a blast. So thank you, Pierce, and Wax, if you can hear us.
Thanks if you can hear me.
We're going to,
I think,
wrap it later.
Here. No.
Wax was originally going to be coming to us from the parking lot of a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes.
I think he's actually in his hotel room, which, if you don't know, is across the country from where him and I reside on a regular basis. But we can save this for another time. But I thought since you're going to be at a Buffalo Wild Wings, we could cover some of the notable players from Buffalo, New York, and the greater Western New York area. Maybe we can save that. We're already running. But Wax, thank you for putting in the effort, because I know you're not at home and it's probably logistically harder to make this happen. So, and shout out to Metzi, as always, who's actually making all of this happen while we yammer on. He's doing the real work, putting this whole thing together. So,
exactly. Big thanks to Metzi for organizing it and producing it. And yeah, like you said, thanks, Wax, for jumping on, even when you're far from home in a strange land. All you have is Buffalo Wild Wings to keep you warm.
Yes, and people shouting at you with high-end cards. Quite an adventure you're on. All right. Well, Pierce, it's a pleasure as always, and look forward to the next one.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Hey, this is John from Yellow Brick Card Club.
And this is Pierce from Pierce Breaks.
You can find us on Instagram at Yellow Brick Card Club. Get all of our links there. Come and join the Discord. Check out some breaks and chat and hang out.
You can also find me at Pierce Breaks on Instagram, on my YouTube channel, Pierce Breaks, or on Reddit at reddit.com/r/Pierce Breaks.